Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and this is just a quick video to look at some of the new news that has happened in regards to Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield coming to the Nintendo Switch. A new trailer has gone out which has shown a whole load of new stuff, including some new Pokemon, and that's what we're going to focus on first because that's the most interesting, let's not deny it. One of the new Pokemon that they announced was Yampa, which we kind of already knew about. It was in the E3 demo, so it's not entirely new, but even so, it's now official. Yampa's out there. It is a corgi-looking Pokemon, and it has the ability Ball Fetch, which is quite unusual. And basically, if it's not holding an item, and you throw a ball, a Pokeball, and try to catch a Pokemon, and it doesn't work, then Yampa will run off, go and get that ball, and bring it back to you, which is kind of bizarre. It's an electric type, and its classification is the puppy Pokemon. Then we've got a brand new Pokemon which we've never seen before, Alcremie or Alcremie. Actually, it's going to be Alcremie, isn't it? Because it's like alchemy. But it's cream. Imagine. This is unsurprisingly a cream-based Pokemon, no doubt based on the whole idea of strawberries and cream being a very traditional British thing. And actually, I haven't had it in ages. Also, it's never with whipped cream. It's with, normal cream, so do your research, Game Freak. It's got the ability Sweet Veil, which, does that already exist? I'm gonna have to Google that. Oh, it does, and it basically prevents the Pokemon and any allies from falling asleep. Useful. Another new Pokemon they revealed is Duraludon. Let's try that again. Another new Pokemon that they announced is Duraludon, which is a Steel/Dragon type, and this is the first time we've seen this, I'm fairly certain, since Dialga, which is pretty crazy. It has the ability either of light metal or heavy metal, which basically affects the user's weight, and so it can affect certain moves and things like that. It can either halve it or double it, depending on whether it's light or heavy metal. And lastly, this isn't the order it was done in, but we've got my boy, Rolycoly. I mean, I absolutely love the look of this thing. I couldn't tell you why. It's just a lump of coal, which is kind of, but also kind of a sort of a Segway type thing with a wheel. I don't know. I just love it. It's simply rock type, and presumably it's going to evolve into a rock and fire type, which isn't out of this world, but even so, he's a lovely boy. Things start getting a little bit more interesting, though, when we start looking at a new feature that they announced, which is not the same as Dynamaxing, although it's very similar. It's called Giganta Maxing, or Giganta Maxing, I've seen some people pronounce it, which is wrong. This not only massively increases the size of your Pokemon like Dynamaxing, but also changes their form, and it's not Mega Evolution, we promise. Yeah, it's basically Mega Evolution, but massive at the same time, and we saw it for Dreadnought and Corviknight, as well as the new Pokemon Alcremie, which also introduces some interesting things, which most specifically, it says that the cream that protects it gets stronger and more durable the harder it's hit, which isn't cream, that's a non-Newtonian fluid, which would make it custard. The more you know. Gigantamaxing is only available on specific Pokemon and in specific situations, and it's not 100% clear just yet how that's going to work, but it appears to be something to do with max raid battles, and you have to catch the Pokemon through that. It's all a little bit loose, all a little bit wibbly, and all a little bit, it's just Mega Evolution. Each Gigantamax form also gets a special G move. It's not a Z move or Z move, again, we promise, which is basically one big powerful move, and yeah. Another interesting little thing is the fact that there are going to be specific gym leaders to each version, so it's not just, every gym's the same and there's just a few different Pokemon. There's going to be specific individual gym leaders for each different version, which is kind of cool. I really like that. It's a really interesting way to give each individual version a little bit more personality and a little bit more je ne sais quoi. As for Gigantamaxing and stuff like that, honestly, I don't know, it's just not pushing my buttons. It seems to be muddying the waters to me. Are these going to be standalone Pokemon then? Does Alcremie not have an evolution? Does Dreadnought not have an evolution? Does Corviknight not have an evolution? What does this mean, and why does it have to be so specific? These forms of Pokemon are going to be appearing only in such specific circumstances. Is it really going to be adding much to the game, or is it just a sort of a quick novelty that only occurs a couple of times in a playthrough? We don't know. but I'm just not convinced by it at the moment. I like the idea. I like the idea that we could do it do you know what I like the idea of? I like the idea of Mecha Evolution. Overall, I like most of the stuff that I've seen in this trailer, but again, it's like, it's Gigantamax and Dynamaxing and stuff. It's just not doing it for me, you know? It seems okay and fine, but the fact that it's so specific means that it's not going to have that much of an impact outside of the main story. Which is okay, but then why is this one of the major new selling points of the game, you know? Duraludon looks like a stapler as well. And that's about the size of it. That's about all the new information we got, or at least the new information of note, in our opinion. There are a few other little bits here and there, so if you want to watch the full trailer to see the whole thing, then make sure you check out the link in the description where you can do just that. Spicy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you make that subscribe button enormous and covered in custard, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.